This week we're going to flow between top positions, so it's going to be a bunch of drills. So from this position, I'm going to scissor my feet and face her face. And then I'm going to scissor them back. I can basically plant one and then thread the needle. And then I can do the opposite to face her feet. And then again, come back. Okay? So I'm just switching which way I'm facing. This is the beginning of just switching positions while on top. The thing I want you to try to concentrate on when you're this person is there's a big difference between, this and being in side mount and putting weight down and keeping the weight down and switching, and my weight is still down and I'm still heavy and I'm still switching. See if you can't leave your weight on the person, like the Indiana Jones thing where he picks up the statue and puts down a bag of sand. That's what switching positions should be. Maybe I pick up my side mount, but I want to replace it with my my hip switch. So these have names too that I just might as well mention for you guys. So it's you're going to hear me call this Kesa To Mount. Technically it's Kazuri Kesa To Mount, but you're going to hear me call this Kesa for short. This is Kesa, this is side mount, and this is reverse Kesa because I'm facing the feet. It's a good position to step over to mount from. But we're just going to switch from side mount to Kesa to side mount to reverse Kesa and keep switching. So quick addition to the drill that we were doing. I'm going to have you guys switch to Kesa, back, turn to face the feet, and now you can just step over, right? And the last thing to come up is my elbow, which was next to her neck. Last thing to come up was my elbow at her neck. So it's the first thing to go down on this side. Now I can sort of straighten this leg. It's going to help me dismount. And now I'm in reverse Kesa here, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Switching. Feet. So you guys get the drill? I'm only stepping over to mount, and then dismounting on the other side. So you get to practice both sides, and so that we really get to go sort of around the world, so to speak. I'm going to take one of my feet and bring it to my butt. Now, it helps a lot that my hands are on the floor. Hands are on the floor, bring my foot to my butt, and then I'm going to draw a circle over him and go to knee on belly. So knee on belly is my knee centered on his belly, and then my foot is in his shoulder line right here, out of reach. So not anywhere in the shoulder line. Trying to be kind of here, and my knee isn't collapsed. My knee is pointing up, and I'm here. Okay, and then I can put my hands back down, and I can come back to mount, and then I can do the other side. So I'm gonna bring my heel up, and bring it over to here, up to here. I pick my hands up just to demonstrate that I don't need them for balance. I can balance here. He carries my weight a little bit for a second, and then I can come back to mount, okay? So we're just gonna practice getting into this position on both sides. The important part of the movement, I would say, is the windshield wiping. With your foot as close to your butt as you can. Don't drag it through the airspace where he can catch it. Catch my whole foot? Yeah. That's not good for me. So I want to hide it. I bring it close to my butt and across. And then I come up to here. You can also get to knee on belly from side mount. If I have this kind of side mount and I'm here holding Jeff, I'm going to need to let go if I'm holding on to something here because I'm going to be changing elevation, obviously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a connection. I'm just going to put my hand on the ground next to him where I'm very close to him. I now have my knee against him on one side and my hand against him on the other. So I have a little pinch action going on, but just between these two things. From here, I'm going to pop up, never losing connection with my knee. So my knee's going to draw a line from his side up to his stomach. So I don't disconnect pop up and there was like a bunch of space in there, that's sort of not a good plan. From whatever side mount I had, I'm going to sort of pinch him here and then connect the whole time. I connected the whole time. There was never a space in there. He could elbow escape or create some sort of grip that would work against it. I might start all the way down here or here, whichever side mount you're in. I'm going to ask you to make a pinching between your knee and your hand. Those are the bookends. And I am going to pop up, and my knee though is going to be connected the whole way from beside him to on top of him, and then I'll be up in this position. This is another knee on belly drill. I'm just going to go from knee on belly on this side to knee on belly on the other side. So we need to be able to move between positions this way. And I might need to switch sides entirely. So I'm going to put my hands on the ground. That's because my legs get lighter when I put my hands on the ground. I have the mobility now. I'm going to go from one knee on his belly to two knees on his belly, and 1 foot windshield wiping to 2 feet windshield wiping. And that puts me on the other side. So I'm going to be here, 2 knees on, and just switching sides like this. Bringing these really high and close to my butt. So if I'm in knee on belly and I want to get to side mount on the far side, put your hands on the ground, slide your knee across till it touches the floor, and then I'm going to not only let my foot slap the floor, but I'm going to totally face the direction I came from, and even my hips almost make it to the floor. That's how I get a good sound for what we call that beaver tail. So from here, my hands go down, my knee drives until it touches the floor, and then I switch, and then I take him out. Okay? Beaver tail. Here, hands down, knee touches the floor. Switch your base, you should get that nice sound. So this would be reverse Kesa, and I would step over here. But if I'm facing this way, there's actually a way I can get up as well. I'm going to post my hand next to his hip, and then just like I stand up in base with the opposite hand and foot, I'm going to get up, and I'm going to throw this foot over. I don't really have a consolidated mount yet, although I'm heavy because like all my weight's going through kind of one hip onto him. So what I'm going to do now is tuck this foot in. I'm going to lean this way because that leg will never unstraighten if I don't. I'm holding his leg so he doesn't try to escape while I do it, and then I tuck it in. So this is one way to get from over here to mount. If you want to catch somebody off guard when you're taking mount, this would be like maybe a sneaky way to do it. So I'm going to post up on my hand. Like I'm still tight. I'm still like hips are trapped by my hand and my hip. And from here, I'm going to lift myself up off my hand and opposite foot. Bring my leg over. Tuck the one on the side I came from. You can even use your hand if you need to, but tuck that one in. And then I have to tuck this one, but it would be too much space and too little control if I don't hold his leg as well. So I'm going to do that. It's another way to get to mount. I can also move from Kesa on one side to Kesa on the other side via north-south, right? And I might just want to be on the other side because I'm better from that side and I ended up here somehow. But his legs are too dangerous to go near. So instead, I'm going to go from reverse Kesa and around north-south, where we're going to face opposite directions, to this position on the other side. I'll show you what I mean. To do it, it's going to be a step, and then elbow, and then step. I'm going to step, and then bring my elbow across. And you can establish this position. And before you continue, bring your other elbow across as well, and then step. So it's step, elbow, elbow, step. Right? So it's step, fix my arms, switch my elbow, step. Step, establish this position, elbow, back step, and I'm on the other side now.